Justifying factors. Now let's review a quick basic concept of commercial vehicles. I'm not going to go in details as far as the actual commercial purposes or the type of commercial options as far as the businesses and the actual use of the vehicle. We're just going to keep it simple based on the vehicle. If there's a commercial vehicle, that vehicle is going to have more exposure to cause more accidents, or simply it could cause a lot more damages. So you're going to emphasize on that, emphasize on the exposure and the possibility of causing more damages to the other vehicle. So for instance, we're talking of a pickup. Let's say just a simple pickup that they use for commercial purposes. This is not a commercial vehicle, but it's a vehicle that's used for commercial purposes. So you can emphasize on the exposure. You could tell them, I understand it's just a regular Toyota Tundra, but the fact that you use it for commercial purposes, that means you're on the road 10 times more than anybody else. Matter of fact, I may drive a total of 10 miles a day. You may drive 100 miles a day. So that's 10 times more exposure that the company is going to take, because you're going to be out there driving and you're exposing yourself to be involved in an accident. So therefore, based on statistics, the insurance companies are taking a larger risk. Another scenario could possibly be a larger vehicle. For example, F-350, heavy duty. These vehicles are enormous compared to a small pickup. So you're going to tell them, look, sir, I understand you only drive from your home to your job. Possibly they do construction, for example, and you're there parked all day, similar to me. So you're not exposed as far as the miles that you're driving, but you're exposed based on the damages you're going to cause. So your vehicle is completely different than a regular pickup or a sedan, a minivan. Those vehicles are not going to cause too much accident. So just think about it. You're driving 50 miles an hour. You hit a vehicle. You're gonna make 10 times more damages than a Corolla. Maybe the Corolla is going to get destroyed versus the other car. But in your case, your vehicle has a lot more power, is a bigger vehicle, a larger vehicle, and therefore is going to cause more damages to the other car. So therefore, that becomes an exposure to the business, to the company. That's a risk, and they know that if something happens, they're going to have to cover those damages. So therefore, your rate is a little bit more. Now, if we're talking of a commercial car, a U-Haul or something larger than a U-Haul, a tractor, or just simply one of those straight trucks, those vehicles are, or 18-wheelers, or anything that's larger than a regular U-Haul, you're going to emphasize on both the exposure, maybe the miles that they're driving because they're transporting some sort of product. So the exposure, and also the damages that they could cause. A U-Haul is going to destroy a small vehicle versus a Corolla. So you're going to emphasize on the fact that all of these vehicles are considered commercial vehicles. And even if it's not a commercial car, but they use it for commercial purposes, the exposure is going to be completely different than a regular personal policy. So therefore, the rates are going to be a little bit more. So once again, this is just a simple comparison based on the difference of every single car, cars that are a little bit bigger than a regular sedan, and the damages that they could cause, and the exposure that the insurance company is taking while someone is driving more miles on a daily basis.